Hello friends, today I'd like to show you how I made this star block using Lori Holt's method of crisscross stars, and I will link in the description box below to her YouTube where she taught this star. The reason I love this star so much is because you don't have to worry about losing your points. As you can see, there is plenty of room for those points so that you don't have to be concerned with cutting them off when you're sewing. Okay, I was on vacation this past month and had a couple of grandchildren graduating, and so we took the RV to another state and we were there for about a week, and then we went into Branson for about a week and a half. And so I had quite a bit of downtime that I like to use to sew and make quilt blocks. And I have a small little brother machine that I got at Walmart. It sews really well. So I just set it up on my dining room table there, and I usually have my fabric pre-cut, as you saw there in my little container. So to make these blocks, you can use any size square. For instance, I think I was using a 4.5-inch square for my larger squares, which I needed 8 of those with the small sunflowers on them. And then I needed 1 with the big sunflower to go in the middle, and so that makes like a 9 patch. Then I needed whatever size my big squares are, I need smaller ones for the star points that are 1 inch smaller than that. So my smaller points, my smaller squares were 3.5 inches. So the larger ones were 4.5. I had to have 8 of those, 9 counting the one in the middle. And then I had to have I had to have 8 of those smaller ones to make the star points out of, because you have 2 for 4 different blocks, and you'll see what I mean in just a second. So you just lay that smaller square in the corner of the larger square, as you can see me doing there. And what I do is I like to press my smaller ones in the middle, but you can definitely draw a line from corner to corner and just follow that line. It's the stitch and flip method. I'm sure you're familiar with that. But what I'm doing here is I'm stitching 2 lines with a 1/4 inch apart so that I can make an extra little half square triangle, as you can see there. And I like to make little pinwheels out of those, and make cute little pinwheels. You can use them for cornerstones or whatever. So I'm just finger pressing right now. I do have a little ironing board that I can set up over the sink in my RV, but I usually wait until I'm done with making the blocks, and then I'll press them all at the same time. And there you have the first little star. I'm going to clip those extra little parts off to reduce the bulk. And you just have to keep doing that until you get them all done. Finish one side, then you put it on the other side. And repeat. I like to chain stitch whenever I can, so that's what you see me doing there. I think I might have made a total of 12 of these blocks. I have not put them into a quilt top yet, but I will before long. Okay, you can see me putting that extra little seam in there so I can get those little half square triangles. I don't always do that, it just depends on my mood. And sometimes those extra little corners are too small, depending on the size of your block. Like I said, I used a 4.5 inch block and a 3.5 inch block. If you were using a 3.5 inch block, then you would need a 2.5 for your star points. Super easy to figure out. It's a little bit awkward trying to figure out how to organize everything in the RV. I have a little TV tray that I set next to the dining booth there that I'm sitting in to sew, which kind of helps with my organization. I've taken off my 1/4 inch foot there. As you can see, I just took the plastic one off, the see-through one off, which is what I was using to put those pieces on so that I could see what I was doing. But now I've got my 1/4 inch foot back on as I'm sewing the seams of sewing those blocks together. And no, I do not put everything away every night in the RV. I just scoot my little machine over to one side and I stack up all the other things and put them on the bench and go to bed. Unless we're traveling the next day, of course, then I would put everything away. Finally start seeing it come together there. Matching up those seams. Like I said, it's just like sewing a 9 patch together. Not difficult at all. I think I was making 2 blocks at one time because it's easier to chain stitch when you do at least 2 at a time. This little machine doesn't have all the fancy things, but all you need is basics when you're roughing it in an RV, so to speak. And there's some of my little leftover pieces. There's where I was sort of playing around with them, trying to see what I could do with them. I think I might make cornerstones out of them. We'll see how it goes. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day.